Welcome back, and we got an exciting video today. So we still have the truck in the garage, the hood's open, battery's been disconnected for 30 plus minutes. So I now have the confidence or the stamina or the cojones to mess with an airbag. So today, as the title and everything says, we are swapping my Trail Boss to a leather wheel from a ZR2. I got this pretty cheap on eBay from a wrecked truck. Comes with everything, the same switches, everything, but it's just leather and a chrome ring. So let's get to it and get started. So there's a couple things that I've researched and tried to figure out. There's two panels on either side. So I just open this and then you'll see an 8mm bolt. It's on either side. And then there's little tabs. You see the little ball on the back side. You just kind of pry the tab over that little ball there. And it should just push this whole thing out. And this will come out and just the two plugs from the airbag, push them out. And then we get into the wheel. So I'm going to do that and come back to you when I have it off. All right, that was a little awkward, just trying to get around, but pretty simple. As I said, there's the two tabs on either side. Undo the bolts, get over the little ball. I used just a quick pick, and bolts are out, and it's just a single one plug T50, and then unplug this to pull the whole steering wheel. So that is my next step. All right, we got the bolt off. It looks a little rough. I did impact it a little bit. I don't suggest it. Just take your time and just manhandle it. Just, if you have a buddy, preferable have one person hold the wheel, two hands on the wrench to kind of stabilize it so you're not stripping it, and just slowly muscle it across. You could heat it up a little bit to try and release some of that Loctite. I didn't. So there's my thoughts. Got the wheel off. One thing that's nice, there is a alignment mark, and it's on the wheel too. So let's go over to the bench and look at the differences. So looking at the wheels that I have here, the big difference is the leather versus the urethane on that, the chrome, and then the what would be the gloss finish on the plastic. So some things I'm thinking about actually doing is leaving the chrome, but actually switching all of my controls over, because I want to keep that aesthetic. Because a lot of the truck has this matte plastic look versus this gloss plastic. And I think it'd be a really cool effect, you know, keeping this, but going leather and chrome, but getting rid of the gloss. So I'm gonna mess with this a little bit and I'll check back in. All right, change of plans. I got this wheel completely apart to realize that like this piece here is all one piece. Yeah, so this chrome and the satin or the gloss is one piece. It cannot separate this portion and the chrome. So this wheel is going in just like that because I want the chrome. It is what it is. So, but if you're ever curious, this does come apart pretty simple. There's just a couple dozen T20 bolts and you can get the entire wheel apart. And it's a that's the whole bottom half is just plastic. So I'm gonna put this back together and put that wheel in and call it a night. So I'll catch back up when I got the wheel in, because I'm not gonna film it. All right, I'm gonna go hook up the battery. I want to film it if something happens, like the airbag goes off or something. I want to film it because that's content. So let's go put the battery in. Dome light came on, no airbag. Just grab the keys, see if it fires. All right, so as soon as I turn the truck on, CarPlay shut the video off. So I whole talking, whatever. All the functions worked. No lights on the dash. Everything is as it was. No issues. Everything was seamless. But I got a leather steering wheel with nice hard plastic. I think it's a good comfort thing that I was missing from my old truck. And if you want to know anything about my old truck to this truck, there'll be a different video about that. But yeah, everything is great. Easy project. You know, do it yourself. Have fun. Cheers. All right, so the wheel's off again. So I found out once I got everything hooked up and drove it for a while that on the new wheel, the cruise control button and the hazard distance wasn't working. So I took it all apart again. I pulled the buttons off. In doing so, I found out a bunch of these were cracked. It looked like this must have been taken apart prior because all of these clips that are, I didn't break these. So like, that one's good. This side's not. The two up on top, those are good. The two on bottom, completely broken. So with that in mind, I knew my other wheel was untouched. So I actually opted to put the other one on. So no more chrome and whatnot. There was a guy on Reddit post that hates the gloss and chrome because it reflects light. I didn't have a problem with the week or so I had that on. I dealt with the issue. I didn't use cruise control. But now I'm hooking up everything back with my original buttons and going back in. One thing I did as well this time around, I opted to buy a new GM bolt. My factory button or bolt started to strip. So if anyone's curious, there's the part number. So I got that. Where did I put it? This next question. It's in my pocket. So fresh bolt, everything's good. So I'm gonna go put this on and I'm gonna go try it, and then I'll finally edit and put this video up. See you soon. Quick video to show that everything works. There's cruise control, button goes back on, and that wasn't working prior. So, button's working. I'm all good to go. Everything works on this side. Volume. There we go.